Oh, YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Buddha back in the building, and today I've got a treat for you guys. You can see by the title, we're going over a build for our main girl, LILEBETTE, Shift LILEBETTE, that just came out with the new collab that's coming. She is about to drop off the face of hype relevancy. Obviously, she's an amazing character that I'm sure if you pulled her and you're able to build her up, you're going to be using her for a very long time. But this is kind of the last opportunity to capitalize on the hype that LILEBETTE comes with, in my opinion, since we have this crazy new collab coming with probably broken, busted characters. So I thought, why not take this opportunity to show off a broken, busted build that I'm confident in showcasing. Shout out, huge shout out to the female boss herself, iVoHzz, who is our LC mod in the Buddha Gang Discord. Super helpful player, always giving great advice to me and anyone else asking questions in there. So many good people in that chat, but wanted to highlight her because she has taken this character and ran with it. Right, this is one of her favorite characters, if not her favorite character, if I remember correctly. And she did say, Buddha, show off this character before you forget to, because man, I think I see a lot of different feedback for this character in particular. A lot of people, I don't know if they underestimate her, but they basically say, you know, to bring out her full potential, you need to be fighting an enemy that's weak to earth, or that you can make weak to earth with certain debuff skills. And while that may be true, I think she looks absolutely insane against people that are weak, or enemies that are weak to the earth type magic. I still think with this build I'm about to show off, she is just a monstrous force in this game, and I'm excited to do a bit of a limited showcase, because obviously I can't bring her into the most difficult events that the game has to offer based on my progression in the story, but I can at least put the spotlight on her and let her just do what she does. An incredible unit, so let's just get into it. I'll give a brief overview of what iVoHzz has done with the girl LILEBETTE. She's maxed her out to level 100. She's got her awakening up to 4. Her ability board is completely unlocked. And here are the skills and equipment. I'm going to scroll through. I did take the liberty in making a spreadsheet that shows all of these skills and their details. You can see the SC cost, the exact effects that each of these skills puts onto LILEBETTE. Here's the equipment. These are some incredible pieces of equipment with fantastic effects. Not everyone is going to be able to mimic this exact build for multiple reasons, myself included. I can tell you the Magisteel piece that we're looking at right here, and this last skill, Your Demon-like Way, if you weren't playing during the ReZero collab event, you have no way of accessing those two aforementioned things that we just looked at. If they bring collab and their units and arcs and equipment events back, then we could potentially mimic this build exactly. But it is something to note that this build can't be copied exactly if you don't have the capability of doing so. I wanted to highlight the spreadsheet I made real quick. You know, the biggest shout out to the homie Lake, who has now migrated from his spreadsheet, I need to make a video on this, over to what he has named the Last Cloudia Gold Mine. It's an incredible website that just gives you everything you need. He's working on so many different updates that'll include features to this website. It's just going to change the game. Like, it's one of the most valuable resources I've ever seen for any game, especially gacha games. So be sure to show him love and check this out if you haven't already. If you didn't know, now you know. But I was able to just screenshot basically everything he's put into that website and bring it all into one place so that you don't have to go into multiple tabs and search it up. But there's plenty of information you're going to find on that website that you don't find here. This is going to give you just the general sense and general description of how this LILEBETTE is functioning. For these skills, I'm scrolling down. Anywhere there's not, you know, a designated arc attached to these other skills and its descriptions. LILEBETTE basically comes with it. She comes with things like extra weakness, attack, elemental out, these mule jammer, mule buster skills that are absolutely broken, but they go back to that point of dealing insane damage to people that are weak to earth. Earth attack raise 2, earth critical raise awaken. She has a lot of skills built into her that allows her to put on these kinds of skills. iVoHzz has made her a bit tankier with this whole guard specs that I'm seeing here. Guard, steel guard, vigilance, spell guard, and guard charge all give her a little bit more tankiness than she would normally have. You got your HP ups, attack ups, defense ups. I don't want to go over everything here because you can literally pull this up in front of you while you're watching this video just to see exactly everything that iVoHzz has put into this LILEBETTE. I think she's just going to be insane. She's got tankiness, she's got the damage, she's got the utility with her magic skills that we can see up top. Giga High Drain, Giga High Nemesis, and Giga Weak are all going to lower enemy resistances and stats an insane amount and allow her to deal so much damage. If you just scroll over a little bit, you can see the items and their descriptions, the weapons and equipment. Just some craziness. This Sword of Lost Souls plus 15% physical damage plus 15% special damage, and then special will ignore 100% of the enemy's attribute resistance. That's basically the same thing as Covert Gun Trishula with these added to effects. Just a broken weapon right here. You do have to beat Zlorg the Devourer. I'm planning on doing showcases once I get to the point where I can take on this boss whenever I want. I'll do showcases against him because he's such a tanky and particular boss that I think would work really well for unit showcases. So those two combined are making her hit like a truck, I'm sure. Magisteel Piece and then Mithril Relief are both great accessories. Magisteel Piece, like I said, you can only get from the Otherworld Reincarnator. Complete all slime collab challenges. That's obviously not available anymore. I confused that with the ReZero collab earlier. Forgive me. But still goes with the point that if you weren't around during these previous collabs, some of these just aren't available to you. And then this, especially the arc that iVoHzz has equipped onto this LILEBETTE, is from Zero, literally from the ReZero collab. Plus 20% skill damage, plus 10% skill charging speed, and then when passive from Zero activates, so when you activate the skill that comes with the arc, you grant 35% strength and 35% int to yourself for 40 seconds. First time unit dies, revive a random dead party member to 50%. Insane, stupid ability that abilities that this arc comes with. Just really solid effects. You can see 2800 health, HP, 18 mana, 392 strength, 41 int, 292 defense, and 272 mind. So some really solid defensive and then attack buffs as well. So make sure to check the description below if you want to pull this sheet up and study it a bit further. And then, of course, go check out Lake's Last Cloudia Goldmine website to get all the Last Cloudia info you've ever dreamed of. Like I said earlier, this showcase is going to be a bit limited. Based off the top of my head, I don't know or believe I have access to a boss or fight yet that I can showcase where it's really weak to the earth elemental typing. The stage I've seen used as kind of a, a test run stage, just showing off a very basic capability for any one unit, is this Fine Tyria stage on God. It's not going to present much of a challenge in regards to defense and tanking, but basically the main boss has like 2 million plus health, so it's just a nice long lasting fight. Typically with my Ray, I think I was able to beat it within I can't remember exactly, but if I had to guess, 30 to 45 seconds. So I really want to take this LILEBETTE in and see what she's going to do in regards to damage. It's also going to give us a good idea of how she looks fighting an enemy that starts at a 0. There is no resistance to the earth elemental type, so she's automatically going to basically make the enemy weak to her, make the enemy weak to earth type damage. We'll go ahead and bring Spirit Maiden Tyria to basically do absolutely nothing in this stage. She's not going to deal any damage that's significant in skewing whatever impression we get on this Lilibet. But you can see the stats are pretty insane. 12,800 health with the arc, and I believe it was like 2,600 attack. So just an insane way to build Libet based off stat impressions alone. Now let's get to the interesting part we've all wanted to see, including myself. I've never taken just her into action to really look at what she's doing and try and pay attention. I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Libet, take off auto, and you can already see that her normal attack is dealing thousands of damage and a damage cap of 15,999. Let's go ahead and hit Buster Squall just to see crazy damage. I mean, Regal Master, what do we got going on? So you can see the crit is not popping off the majority of attacks, but it's dealing a very substantial amount of damage. Here's her third skill. That did an insane amount of damage right there. So we're already killing this man just beyond belief. I don't want to finish him off yet before I can launch off his ultimate skill. So I'm trying to run around. Oh, I think I have to attack before, you know, you have to attack with skills in order to charge that ultimate. Here we go. Let's go ahead. Boom. All right, Daedalus is available. Here's what I want to do. I want to see how much freaking damage we can do. We're going to do Giga Weak. We're going to do Giga High Drain. And then we're going to launch Daedalus and just see what damage we're looking at here. Here she goes. Damage capping like crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm surprised it didn't kill the Imperial soldiers. But you can see the boss is dead. Galbor, leader of 1,000 men. I gotta say, the damage output was insane. I could have finished it off a lot faster had I not run around like a dummy. But you can see this build is incredible in regards to her damage output already. And I think there's multiple ways to make her even stronger. One way off the top of my head, I'm thinking of Sharp Eyes. I don't think is included in this build. iVoHzz put some more SC into some tankiness, right, with all of those guard skills she added on. She put some HP ups on her, right, like HP up 4, HP up max, and then HP plus 2 from these arcs you can see here. A couple SC into some defense up. Weak point boost is obviously a new skill that's going to help damage a lot, but when it's relevant to an enemy being weak to the attack's attribute. So obviously Libet attacks with the earth elemental attribute, so anyone who's got a weakness to that is going to be feeling 30% more physical damage. But like I said before, no Sharp Eyes here. Sharp Eyes is just a flat 50% damage, physical damage boost at the sacrifice of 3% MP, which would, it has no caveat to when that boost activates. I think that would have made Lilibet hit even harder, but it is a hefty, I believe, 9 SC, which basically all of these guards, right, you'd have to take off, for example, Guard Charge, Spell Guard, and Steel Guard just to get the amount of SC to put it back. Or, if I'm thinking correctly, yeah, your Demon-like Way is 8 SC. So if I could mimic every skill, I don't think there's any other skills that are collab specific. So I could replace Demon-like Way and maybe one of the other, you know, guard abilities that iVoHzz put on Libet. Maybe Guard Charge I would take off, add on Sharp Eyes, and then I think I'd have basically another 3 SC to spare. So not sure what I would use that for. However, something to note if you're looking for ways to get around, you know, skills that you don't have accessible to you. And that's basically all I can show off in the meantime, right? I don't have my Libet even close to built out in any way, shape, or form. We get 1 use for this girl per day when you use your friend unit. But I think that was a pretty good showcase just to get a very basic understanding of this unit's potential. You can let me know. Obviously, I learn a ton from you guys here. I'm interested to see what you guys have to say, any recommendations you have, how you think she would fare in other difficult events I haven't yet experienced, so I can't really give an opinion on. But from what I'm seeing and based on the gist of what I'm understanding when it comes to units and building them out, this is just a fantastic build I wanted to highlight and get out onto YouTube in front of anyone searching for a build, if in case they didn't think of a certain skill that was on here that does work really nice on her. Thank you, iVoHzz. Thank you, Lake. Thank you to everyone who's watching this video. Can't wait to see the comments below. Y'all know what I say. Work hard, play harder. See you in the next video.